Welcome to this explainer. Let's just dive straight into the ultimate account showdown. We are figuring out exactly where you should be parking your hard-earned investment dollars to really maximize your wealth.
To make sense of all this, we're going to compare these two accounts head-to-head across a few key rounds. We'll look at the core differences, contribution rules, early withdrawal penalties, income eligibility, and advanced trading strategies, before wrapping up with how to actually choose your wealth strategy.
All right, round one, the great account showdown.
Think of the Roth IRA like an exclusive VIP club. It's got strict bouncers and really rigid rules at the door. But once you're inside, man, you get incredible tax-free perks. The taxable brokerage account, on the other hand, is basically a wide-open public plaza. Absolutely everyone is welcome, and you can come and go exactly as you please. You just have to be willing to pay the toll of taxes along the way.
Moving on to round two, contribution rules and limits. Let's see how strictly that VIP club controls the door.
For 2025, the annual contribution limit for your IRAs, and keep in mind, that includes both your Roth and traditional IRAs combined, is capped at exactly $7,000. That is the absolute maximum most people are allowed to stash in that tax-advantaged space for the entire year.
But if you've hit age 50 or older, you actually get a pretty nice little VIP perk. You're allowed to throw in an extra $1,000 annually as a catch-up contribution. So that bumps your total possible deposit up to $8,000.
Now, when we put these two accounts side by side, the taxable brokerage absolutely dominates when it comes to high volume. While the Roth is stuck with that strict $7,000 or $8,000 limit, the taxable account lets you buy as many shares as you want. Zero caps, literally none. If you land a massive financial windfall tomorrow, that taxable account is ready to swallow every single penny.
Round three, early withdrawals and penalties. Because what happens when you actually need your cash right now?
Well, the golden number for a Roth IRA is 59.5. That is the bouncer checking IDs at the exit. Touch your investment earnings before hitting that exact age, and you're going to trigger the alarms.
And when those alarms go off, it is not pretty. Pulling out your investment earnings early means you could get slapped with applicable income taxes, plus a seriously harsh 10% early withdrawal penalty. The government really wants that money to stay put until retirement.
Fortunately, life happens, right? So there are a few exceptions to that penalty if you aren't 59.5 yet. You might get a pass on the 10% hit if you're taking out up to $10,000 to buy your first home, or if you need to pay for health insurance while you're unemployed, or to cover specific disability-related expenses. But here is a massive gotcha you have to watch out for: the 5-year rule. Even if you are over 59.5, if the account itself is less than 5 years old, meaning your very first contribution wasn't at least 5 years ago, you are still going to owe income tax on those earnings. You might dodge the 10% penalty, but you are not dodging the IRS tax bill. Meanwhile, back in the public plaza, taxable brokerage accounts have absolutely zero time restrictions. You want to cash out? Cash out whenever you want. No 59.5 rule, no 5-year waiting period. The trade-off is just that you'll owe income tax on any realized gains, plus taxes on earnings like dividends and interest, in the actual year they're paid to you, whether you pull the funds out of the account or not.
All right, round 4, income limits and eligibility. Are you even allowed to open a Roth?
For 2025, full Roth contributions are strictly gated by your income. Your modified adjusted gross income, your MAGI, has to be less than $150,000 if you're a single adult and under $236,000 if you're married and filing jointly. If you earn over those limits, standard full contributions are completely off the table.
Once again, the taxable account is wide open. It literally never has income limits. Whether you're pulling in $50,000 a year or $5 million a year, the taxable plaza doesn't care. You can deposit no matter how much you make.
So, what if your income is too high for the VIP club? Well, you aren't totally out of luck. You could look into a backdoor Roth IRA strategy. But a quick heads up, this definitely requires consulting a tax professional to map out the timing and tax impacts. It gets especially messy if you already have traditional IRA balances that you've deducted from your taxes in the past.
Alternatively, if you're a high earner locked out of the standard Roth, check your workplace benefits. Plans like a Roth 401k or a Roth 403b completely ignore those income limits. It is a fantastic loophole if your employer happens to offer it.
Round 5, advanced trading strategies. How aggressively can you actually maneuver your money?
Taxable accounts offer the ultimate freedom for the active investor. You want to trade on margin and borrow money to invest? Go for it.
Want to sell short to profit from a drop or use complex options strategies? You can do all of that. Roth IRAs, however, severely restrict those tactics. Since they're built to protect your retirement nest egg, you have to jump through hoops with special eligibility and specific agreements just to unlock highly limited margin trading.
Finally, round 6, choosing your wealth strategy. Let's bring this all together.
As you can probably tell, there isn't one single winner here. It's not about which account is objectively better. It's about aligning the incredible VIP tax perks of the Roth or the unbounded flexibility of the taxable account with your specific income level, your timeline, and your personal trading strategy.
Which leaves us with one vital question to ask yourself right now. Are you trying to build a flexible war chest for today's immediate opportunities, or are you focused on funding an impenetrable tax-free fortress for tomorrow? Think about that as you chart your financial course. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.